Good evening, everyone. Today I want to talk to you about something deeply personal, something that has guided my steps, shaped my decisions, and given me strength in the face of life's challenges, trusting God's plan. You see, life is full of uncertainties. We all have dreams, ambitions, and goals that we're striving to achieve. But no matter how carefully we plan, how hard we work, there will always be moments when things don't go the way we expect. And it's in those moments that we have a choice. Do we let fear and doubt take over, or do we trust in something greater than ourselves? There's a saying that I hold close: if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. It's a reminder that no matter how much we think we know what's best for us, God has a plan that's bigger, better, and more profound than anything we could ever imagine. But here's the thing: trusting in that plan isn't always easy. It requires patience, humility, and faith. It means understanding that setbacks aren't failures, they're setups for something greater. It means believing that even when doors close, even when the road gets rough, God is guiding you toward where you're meant to be. I'm not saying this as someone who's got it all figured out. Far from it. I've faced my share of disappointments, doubts, and dark days. But every time I've been knocked down, every time I've questioned why things weren't going the way I wanted, I've reminded myself to trust the process, to trust that God's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with mine. Life is a journey filled with twists and turns, many of which we never see coming. We make plans, set goals, and work hard to achieve them, but no matter how meticulously we prepare, life has a way of surprising us. It's as if the path we envision is constantly shifting, taking us in directions we never anticipated. This unpredictability can be both exciting and unsettling, a reminder that we are not in control of every outcome. In our quest for certainty, we often forget that life's unpredictability is not a flaw, but a fundamental aspect of the human experience. It's what makes life dynamic, full of possibilities we could never have imagined. Yet, it's also what can cause us to stumble, to question whether we're on the right path when things don't go as planned. We might experience setbacks, delays, or even complete redirections that challenge our understanding of success and fulfillment. These moments of uncertainty can be difficult to navigate. They test our resilience, our patience, and our ability to adapt. We might feel frustrated or disheartened when our best efforts don't yield the results we hope for. But it's in these very moments that we are offered an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to discover new strengths within ourselves. Rather than seeing life's unpredictability as an obstacle, we can choose to embrace it as a source of potential. Each unexpected turn is a chance to explore new paths, to meet new people, and to experience things that we might never have sought out on our own. The unpredictability of life can lead us to places we never thought we'd go, opening doors to opportunities we didn't even know existed. It's important to remember that despite our desire for control, some of the most meaningful moments in life happen when we least expect them. These are the moments that shape us, that challenge us to grow in ways we never anticipated. While it's natural to feel uneasy when life doesn't follow our carefully laid plans, it's also important to recognize that these detours often lead us to exactly where we need to be. Ultimately, life's unpredictability reminds us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. It encourages us to stay flexible, to keep an open mind, and to trust that even when things don't go as planned, there is a purpose and a direction to our journey that we may not yet fully understand. When we face challenges, we often find ourselves at a crossroads, confronted with a critical decision that can shape the course of our lives. Adversity is an inevitable part of the human experience, and it comes in many forms, whether it's a personal loss, a professional setback, or an unexpected change that throws our world into disarray. These moments can be overwhelming, stirring up feelings of fear, doubt, and uncertainty that threaten to paralyze us. In these times of trial, it's easy to feel isolated, as if the weight of the world rests solely on our shoulders. The voice of fear becomes louder, whispering that we're not strong enough, that the obstacles before us are insurmountable. Doubt creeps in, casting shadows over our hopes and dreams, convincing us that perhaps we've reached the limits of our abilities. It's in these moments that we may feel tempted to give up, to retreat into a place of safety where we no longer have to face the unknown. But within every challenge lies a profound opportunity, a chance to choose how we will respond. We can allow fear and doubt to dictate our actions, surrendering to the belief that our situation is hopeless. Or we can choose to rise above these feelings by placing our trust in something greater than ourselves. This is not an easy choice, nor is it one that comes naturally. It requires courage, faith, and a willingness to believe that there is a purpose behind our struggles, even if we cannot see it in the moment. Choosing to trust in something greater means acknowledging that we are not alone in our journey. It is an act of surrender, not in the sense of giving up, but in letting go of the need to control every aspect of our lives. It's about recognizing that there is a higher power, a greater wisdom that is guiding us through the darkness. This trust can take many forms: faith in God, belief in the goodness of the universe, or confidence in the resilience of the human spirit. When we make this choice, we begin to see our challenges in a new light. Adversity becomes not just a barrier, but a teacher, offering us lessons that can only be learned through experience. We start to understand that the difficulties we face are shaping us, molding us into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate individuals. By trusting in something greater, we find the strength to keep moving forward, even when the path is uncertain. This choice also allows us to embrace hope, the belief that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, even if it's not yet visible. Hope is a powerful force, one that can sustain us through the darkest of times. It gives us the courage to take the next step, to keep pushing forward, knowing that every effort we make is bringing us closer to a better tomorrow. Ultimately, the choice in adversity is about how we define ourselves in the face of hardship. It's a decision to either succumb to the pressures of the moment or to rise above them by tapping into a source of strength that transcends our immediate circumstances. It's about trusting that no matter how difficult the journey may be, there is a purpose behind every challenge, and that by facing these challenges with faith and courage, we will emerge on the other side, not only intact but transformed. In life, we often set our own goals and map out the path we think will lead us to happiness and success. We envision the steps we'll take, the milestones we'll reach, and the future we'll create for ourselves. But as we journey forward, there are moments when our carefully laid plans begin to unravel. Unexpected challenges arise, opportunities slip through our fingers, and we find ourselves at a loss, wondering why things aren't going the way we envisioned. It's in these moments of confusion and disappointment that we are reminded of a profound truth: our lives are part of a much bigger plan, one that is orchestrated by wisdom far greater than our own. This plan, God's plan, is more intricate and profound than anything we could ever conceive. It's a plan that encompasses not just our desires and ambitions, but the entirety of our being, our growth, our purpose, and our ultimate fulfillment. God's plan often diverges from our own in ways that we don't immediately understand. We may have our hearts set on a particular path, believing it to be the best course for our lives, only to find that the door to that path is closed. In these moments, it's natural to feel frustration, even despair, as we struggle to reconcile our expectations with the reality before us. But what we must remember is that these detours are not roadblocks, they are redirections, guiding us toward a destiny that is far richer and more meaningful than the one we had envisioned for ourselves. This divine plan operates on a level that transcends our limited perspective. While we see only a fragment of the picture, our immediate needs, desires, and fears, God sees the whole. He sees the potential within us that we have yet to realize, the strengths that will emerge only through adversity, and the opportunities that lie just beyond our current horizon. What we might perceive as a setback or failure may, in fact, be a crucial step in a much larger journey, one that is leading us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and our purpose.
When we encounter setbacks in life, it's easy to feel defeated, as though we've somehow fallen short or missed the mark. Whether it's a missed opportunity, an unexpected challenge, or a dream that doesn't materialize, setbacks can leave us questioning our abilities and our purpose. They often come with a heavy weight of disappointment, leading us to believe that we failed or that our efforts have been in vain. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if we began to see setbacks not as the end of the road, but as a critical part of the journey, a necessary detour that is setting us up for something greater that we can't yet see? This shift in perspective allows us to reframe our experiences, understanding that every setback is, in fact, a setup for the next chapter in our lives. When we face a setback, it's important to remember that it is not a reflection of our worth or our potential. Instead, it is a moment of redirection, a sign that the path we are on is being adjusted to align more closely with the greater plan that is in store for us. This redirection might be uncomfortable, even painful, as it often requires us to let go of our immediate desires or expectations. However, it is in this letting go that we make room for new opportunities and possibilities that are far beyond what we initially imagined. Setbacks can be a powerful catalyst for growth. They push us out of our comfort zones and challenge us to develop new skills, adopt new perspectives, and strengthen our resolve. In the face of a setback, we are often forced to dig deeper, to find resilience and resourcefulness that we didn't know we had. This process of growth and transformation is not always easy. Moreover, setbacks often teach us valuable lessons that we might not have learned yet to come. Otherwise, they can reveal areas where we need to grow, or they can redirect our focus towards something more meaningful. For instance, a setback in one area of life might open our eyes to a new passion or purpose that we hadn't considered before. It might lead us to connect with people or opportunities that we wouldn't have encountered if everything had gone according to our original plan. In this way, setbacks are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones that guide us toward a higher purpose. Each time we face a challenge, we have the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to prepare ourselves for what lies ahead. What may seem like a failure in the moment is often just the preparation we need for the next phase of our journey. It's also important to recognize that setbacks can build our character and deepen our faith. When we encounter difficulties, we're reminded that we are not in control of every aspect of our lives, and that there is a greater power at work. This realization can lead us to a deeper sense of trust and surrender, knowing that even when things don't go as we plan, there is a reason and a purpose behind every experience. Through this trust, we can find peace in the midst of uncertainty, knowing that our setbacks are part of a divine setup for something greater. As we navigate the ups and downs of life, we must keep in mind that setbacks are not the end of our story. They are simply chapters in a larger narrative that is still unfolding. Each setback is a setup, a preparation for the greater things that are yet to come. By embracing this perspective, we can approach life's challenges with a sense of hope and optimism, knowing that every obstacle is leading us one step closer to the fulfillment of our true potential and purpose. In life, we are often eager to see our dreams come to fruition, to achieve our goals, and to experience the success and happiness we believe we deserve. We set timelines for ourselves, mapping out when and how we expect things to happen. But as we move forward, we quickly realize that life doesn't always unfold according to our schedules. The things we desire may take longer to materialize, or they may come in forms we didn't anticipate. This can be frustrating and disheartening, leading us to question whether we are on the right path or if our efforts are in vain. In these moments of uncertainty, it's essential to remember that there is a process at work, one that is guided by a wisdom far greater than our own. This process, often referred to as divine timing, operates on a timeline that is beyond our understanding. It is a reminder that everything in life happens exactly when it is meant to, according to a plan that is perfect in its design, even if it doesn't align with our own expectations. Trusting this process requires patience, something that doesn't always come easily in a world that values instant gratification. We are conditioned to seek quick results and immediate rewards, but the most meaningful and lasting achievements often require time to develop. Just as a seed must be planted, watered, and given time to grow before it can bear fruit, our dreams and goals need time to mature. This process cannot be rushed. It unfolds in its own time, and our role is to nurture it with care and trust. Along with patience, trusting the process also calls for humility. It means acknowledging that we do not have all the answers and that we cannot always see the bigger picture. We may have a vision of what we want, but there's a greater plan at work, one that takes into account not just our desires, but our growth, our purpose, and the impact we are meant to have on the world. Humility allows us to let go of our need for control and to surrender to the flow of life, trusting that we are being guided toward what is best for us, even when we don't fully understand how or why. Faith is another crucial element in trust in the process. It is the belief that even in the face of delays, obstacles, and detours, we are exactly where we need to be. Faith reassures us that every step we take, every challenge we face, is part of a larger journey that is leading us toward the fulfillment of our purpose. It is the confidence that no matter how long it takes or how difficult the path may be, God's timing is perfect. Faith allows us to stay the course even when the road is uncertain, knowing that we are being held and supported by a force that is always working for our highest good. As we move through life, we may encounter moments of doubt where we question whether we are on the right path or if we should be further along in our journey. In these moments, it is important to remind ourselves that everything is unfolding as it should. The delays and setbacks we experience are not signs of failure. They are part of the process that is preparing us for what is to come. Each experience, each challenge is refining us, shaping us into the people we need to be to fulfill our destiny. Trusting the process means embracing the journey with all its twists and turns, knowing that we are being guided towards something greater than we could ever imagine. It means releasing the need to control every outcome and instead surrendering to the flow of life with patience, humility, and faith. When we trust the process, we find peace in the present moment, knowing that we are exactly where we need to be, and that in time, all things will come to pass according to a perfect and divine conclusion. Plan. Life is a journey filled with uncertainties, challenges, and unexpected twists. But within every setback and every trial lies an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to trust in something greater than ourselves. When we choose to trust God's plan, we begin to see that every obstacle is not a barrier, but a stepping stone toward our true purpose. By embracing patience, humility, and faith, we can navigate life's challenges with confidence, knowing that God's timing is perfect and that His plan is far more profound than anything we could imagine. As we move forward, let us remember that setbacks are not failures, but setups for something greater, and that by trusting in the process, we open ourselves to the incredible possibilities that lie ahead. In this trust, we find peace, purpose, and the strength to keep going, knowing that we are always being guided toward our highest good.